Hello everyone, my name is Ben Farrell and I'm town moderator for the town of Belchertown. Let's talk about town meeting. Town meeting is a form of democracy where you, your neighbors, and town leaders have a direct say in the town budget, pass bylaw amendments, and set the salaries for town employees. It's not just a meeting, it's also the legislative body for the town of Belchertown. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through how town meeting works, what to expect when you come, and how to participate. First, the select board gives the warrant to the town. The warrant is the notice as to when town meeting will be held, where it will be located, and the agenda of the meeting. The agenda is the list of articles that the town meeting will consider and vote on, one at a time. An article is any item placed on the agenda for town meeting, setting salaries for various town administrators, voting on the town local statutes, which are called bylaws, and the bulk of the articles, appropriation and allocation of the town budget. Let's talk about what to expect. The first thing you do is get a copy of the warrant, the reports from the Finance Committee and Select Board, and various information sheets provided by the town clerk. Then you check in at the front door, just like voting in an election, and you're handed a colored slip of paper and given a small device with some buttons on it. With those items in hand, find a seat and wait for the town meeting to begin. We will not be voting by calling out, holding up cards, or raising hands. Voting in Belchertown is very easy. Here in Belchertown, we use electronic voting by clickers. When the moderator calls the vote, all you have to do is press yes or no in the time allotted. One of the first things we will do is to test the whole system and run a practice vote or two to make sure everything is running smoothly and everyone knows what to do when it comes time for the real thing. OK will appear on a keypad display confirming receipt of the vote. If you're not sure, vote again. You may correct your previous vote. It's only your last vote that counts. If you leave the room for any reason, return your voting clicker to a designated staff member and it will be given back to you upon your return. Some meetings can last an hour or two, while others can go on for multiple hours depending on the number of articles in the warrant and how much people want to talk about them. You don't need to stay the whole time, but if there's a particular article that you want to vote for or against, you have to be in the room during the deliberation and voting on that article. Anytime before the end of the session, anyone can introduce a motion to reconsider an article that has already been acted upon, or essentially redo the vote. In order to pass, it must receive 2/3 of the vote. What that means is, if 2/3 of town meeting want to re-vote on something that's already been acted upon at the same session, they can. However, if the motion to reconsider fails, that article cannot be reconsidered again. How to participate? In the front of the room, you will see me, the moderator. I ensure the meeting runs smoothly. It's my job to make sure that each article is introduced properly, debate proceeds in an orderly and efficient manner, and I determine whether a motion or amendment passes or fails. What you need to know is that no one at town meeting can speak without being recognized by me, and all comments and questions must be directed to me. If you wish to speak about an article under consideration, there will be microphones placed in the aisles. All you need to do is get in line, and when it's your turn, wait for me to recognize you. First, state your name, your address, and then you are free to speak about the specific article in question. The Robert's Rules of Order are one of the informational sheets that you will receive at town meeting as you walk in. It provides a chart of various motions that are common in town meeting, as well as the language you should use to introduce it. By no means do you need to read all of Robert's Rules of Order and be an expert in parliamentary procedure. I can assist you with what you are trying to accomplish. All comments are directed to me, the moderator, preventing any personal comments or questions directed at particular people. If you have a comment about a previous speaker's point, you can say, "I disagree with the argument we just heard." To understand what an amendment is, you first need to understand what a main motion is. A main motion is the article that the town meeting is considering at any one time. An amendment is what's called a subsidiary motion that aims to change something in the main motion, which can include something as simple as fixing grammar to something as complicated as changing the amounts allocated or appropriated. Once an amendment is moved and seconded, the town meeting must consider that amendment before doing anything else. If an amendment passes, then that changes the article, and any debate and votes after that point reflect the article as changed by the amendment. Town meeting is accessible. If you need help, like a special seat, a microphone, or other accommodations, please reach out to the number or email of the town clerk. I hope to see you all for town meeting. It's really important that every voter has a chance to be heard, and I look forward to seeing you all there.